Hari Om. Hari Om to everyone. My pranams to Pujya Swami Advainanji, Pujya Swami Viviktanandji, our esteemed dignitaries, Professor Ajay ji, Dr. Gauri ji, Dr. Ramakrishna Bhatt, and to all our faculty members and our students. Let's start with a prayer. Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. We would like to start this auspicious occasion by asking our students to come here to chant the Totakashtakam. And for this, we are going to have our two students, Anirudh Sharma, who is our MSc Psychology student, and Dikshita, who is our MSc Sanskrit student, who will lead all of us in this prayer of Totakashtakam.
The Totakashtakam lyrics are sent across all the CVV groups right now, around 20 minutes ago. Kindly open your phones. Open your phones and please open the file. It will have a great impact if all of us chant together. Okay? Thank you. अखिल शास्त्र सुधा जलधे महितोपनिषद कथितार्थ निधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणम् भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणम् करुणावरुणालय पालय मां भवसागर दुःखविदून हृदम् रचयाखिल दर्शन तत्त्वविदम् भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणम् भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणम् भवता जनता सुहिता भविता निज बोध विचारण चारुमते कलयेश्वर जीव विवेक विदं भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणम् भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणम् भव एव भवानिति मे नितराम् समजायत चेतसि कौतुकिता मम वारय मोह महाजलधिं भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणम् भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणम् सुकृते धिकृते बहुधा भवतो भविता समदर्शन लालसता अतिदीन जगदखिलविश्वमिमं परिपालय मां भव शङ्कर देशिक मे शरणम् भव शङ्कर देशिक मे शरणम् जगतीमवितुं कलिता कृतयो विचरन्ति महामहसश्चलतः अहिमां शुरिवात्र विभासि गुरो भव शङ्कर देशिक मे शरणम् भव शङ्कर देशिक मे शरणम् गुरुपुङ्गव पुङ्गवकेतनते समतामयतां नहि कोऽपि सुधीः शरणत्सलतत्त्वनिधे भव शङ्कर देशिक मे शरणम् भव शङ्कर देशिक मे शरणम् विदितानमया विशदैककला न च किञ्चन काञ्चनमस्ति गुरो द्रुतमेव विधेहि कृपां सहजां भव शङ्कर देशिक मे शरणम् भव शङ्कर देशिक मे शरणम्
Thank you, Anirudh and Dikshita. So it's my pleasure on behalf of the Chinmaya International Foundation, the Chinmaya International Foundation Shodh Samsthan, and Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth to extend a very warm welcome on this Bhagwan Adi Shankara Jayanti day. Jagat Guru Sri Adi Shankaracharya is deeply revered by all of us. This, we have absolutely no doubt about it. But when we think about the impact that he has made on every mortal on this earth, we cannot fathom the greatness and the magnitude with which the impact has been made to us. Whether it's the commentaries and the bhashyas of the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita, whether it is the Prakarana Granthas like Viveka Chudamani, Atmabodh, Tattvabodh, Sadhana Panchakam, or whether it is even our understanding of our puja, rituals, shlokas, stotrams, our traditions in temples, in all this, we have seen such a great impact on all of us. So it is without doubt that we owe a great debt of gratitude to this great, absolutely Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya. He is the consciousness everywhere. He is the prana of Sanatana Dharma. So on this day, let us resolve to walk the path that he has shown, and let us offer our deepest gratitude to Pujya Gurudev for bringing his glory into our lives. I would like to now welcome all our dignitaries to the stage to light the lamp for today. So I would like to welcome Pujya Swami Viviktanandji, Pujya Swami Advainandji, Professor Ajay Kapoor, our chief guest, Dr. Ramachandra Bhatt, Gauri ji, and Dr. Sudarshan ji to light the lamp.
शुभं करोति कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिः परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिः जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिः परब्रह्म दीपः सर्वतमोपहः दीपेन साध्यते सर्वं दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिः परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिः जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते
I would like to now call upon Professor Gauri ji to give the welcome address. Professor Gauri Maholikar ji is the academic director of Chinmaya International Foundation. She's a very distinguished scholar of Sanskrit and Indian knowledge systems with expertise in manuscriptology. She has authored 8 books, and she's been honored with many numerous awards. I want to mention specifically the awards connected with Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya here. She has been awarded the Adi Shankaracharya Puraskar Award in 2014 by Shankara Matham Matunga. And in 2021, she was awarded Adi Shankara Fellowship by the Adi Shankara Samskrita Ekta Nivas by the Ministry of Culture, Madhya Pradesh. Please help me welcome Gauri ji.
Hari Om, Namo Namaha. Vedanamagamanaam paramajalanidhim sarvavijnanapurnam vedantarthaprakashakshamamamalaruchim bhanuvadvantanasham शिष्टै शिष्यै समेतं निरवधि सुखद ज्ञानदातारमीशं वन्दे श्रीमद्गुरूणां परमगुरुवरं शङ्करं पूज्यपादम् अयि मान्याः अद्य आदिशङ्करनिलये जगद्गुरु आदिशङ्कराचार्याणां जयन्ती उत्सवे अत्र आगतेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः हार्दं स्वागतम्। अमुम् उत्सवं सम्पादयितुम् अत्र 3 संस्थाः एकत्र आगताः, सिफ् SS तथा च चिन्मय विश्वविद्यापीठं CVV। अतः आदिशङ्करनिलये 3 संस्थानाम् आहत्य अयं कार्यक्रमः इदानीं प्रचलति। आदौ तावत् स्वामी विविक्तानन्दमहाभागाः तेभ्यः स्वागतं व्याहरामि। चिन्मयसंस्थायाः केरलीये केन्द्रे अत्र भवान् धुरिप्रतिष्ठापितः। सः चीफ् वर्तते, केरलकेन्द्रस्य चीफ् वर्तते, केरलराज्यस्य। तस्य निर्मलहास्येन एव अस्मादृशाः धवलिताः पूताश्च। आदिशङ्कराचार्याणां पितृगृहात् कालटीतः अत्र मातृगृहं प्रति आगतवद्भ्यः रामकृष्णभट्टमहोदयेभ्यः अपि हार्दं स्वागतं व्याहरामि, शब्दकुसुमाञ्जलिं च समर्पयामि। सः विद्वान् महाभागः, वयोज्येष्ठः, तथा च ज्ञानपूताः इमे रामकृष्णभट्टमहाभागाः, तेभ्यः किञ्चित् व्याख्यानं प्रभाषणमपि अस्माभिः श्रूयते इदानीं। स्वागतं भोः। स्वामिनः अद्वयानन्दाः अस्मदीयाः एव, तथापि स्वागतं तु करोम्येव, अस्मदीयाः एव। महाजनो येन गतस्य पन्थाः इमाम् उक्तिं स्मरन्तः स्मारयन्तश्च वयं तमेव पन्थानम् अनुसर्तुं प्रयतामहे, यः पन्थाः स्वामिभागैः दर्शितः। वाण्येका समलङ्करोतु अत्र भवन्तम् इति प्रार्थये। चिन्मय विश्वविद्यापीठस्य तथैव चिन्मय शोधसंस्थानस्य अध्यापकाः, कर्मचराः, कर्मकारिणः अत्र वर्तन्ते। बहवः छात्राः अत्र नगरात् अपि आगताः अत्र उपस्थिताः सन्ति, तेभ्यः अपि हार्दं स्वागतं। CVV पक्षतः ये शिक्षकाः अत्र आगताः तेभ्यः अपि हार्दं स्वागतम्। अतः स्वागतस्य विषये किमपि अधिकम् अनुक्त्वा इदानीम् अहं विरमामि। धन्यवादः।
Dhanyavadaha, Professor Gauriji. I would like to call upon Pujya Swami Vivekananda to give his presidential address. But before that, just a few words of introduction about Pujya Swamiji. Pujya Swamiji is the regional head of Chinmaya Mission, Kerala State. He completed the Vedanta course in Sandipani in 1975, and then later he was posted at Kasargod, and then later he was transferred to Port Blair, Andaman. In 1984, under instructions of Pujya Gurudev, he shifted to Orissa to look after Vidyalaya, served for 3 years. In 1987, he shifted to Visakhapatnam, and in 88 was transferred to Kerala. We are very grateful to Pujya Swami Vivekananda for all his discourses in Malayalam and for all his guidance to all of us, and especially to our students. Please help me welcome Pujya Swami Vivekananda.
Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha, Om Sri Saraswatye Namaha, Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha, Om Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. My salutations to Swami Advayanandaji and other dignitaries on the days of the days, and all other my friends and well-wishers of Chinmaya family present in this hall. Shamkaroti, Shankara. One who brings happiness is called Shankara. Sorry. We are very fortunate that Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayanandaji brought us all here, because this very spot where Bhagavan Shankaracharya took avatar is now with Chinmaya Mission. We are really fortunate. Otherwise, it would have gone in somebody else's hand. I was told that somebody else was planning to buy this over to construct resorts. At that time, one top official who was in the government service then, and who was also known to Pujya Gurudev, telephoned Pujya Gurudev in Mumbai saying that such a sale is going to take place. So it's better Chinmaya Mission or Ramakrishna Mission or some other Hindu organization buys it over. Immediately, Pujya Gurudev sprang to action, and he had no hesitation to get this sacred spot at whatever cost. That's what the trustees were informed. And Shankara Bhagavat Pada, as you all know, he was born here, although the historians say he was born in Kaladi. But the fact of the matter is that he was born here only. His Prasudi Griham is there for all of you to see. But then he started walking with his Kaladi, taking footsteps in the place where Kaladi, which is called now. So, but having taken birth here, today what is his stature? He is globally respected, revered, and worshipped, especially by great men who know him, who know his depth, who know his spiritual heights. They all respect him, revere him. And basically, what is the reason? Shankaranam. He made everybody happy, and the process still on. We are all following his footsteps. Many of you, I'm sure many of you have gone through his literature, his works, whether it be the commentaries on the Upanishads or the Bhagavad Gita or some other works, but even a Prakriya Grantha like Bhaja Govindam. What is in there? Everywhere is only one thing, one point. It is totally focused. Whatever piece of literature he has produced or he has spoken, the focus is on one thing. That is, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. Jiva, Jiva means you and I. Each one of us is not what you and I understand us to be now, but we are far, far greater, much greater. We are Brahman itself. So this knowledge, this understanding, this appreciation, he has been trying to instill into our minds in every word that he has uttered, he has penned. And in sometimes what happened, we think, not sometimes, mostly we think that happiness is Shankara, Shankaroti is Shankaraha. So anybody can make somebody else happy, but this is not that sort of happiness. This is happiness in sthai bhav. Meaning, see, when you chew an ice cream, there is joy, there is happiness. Isn't there? There is. And when you enjoy some worldly pleasures, there is happiness. But this is not that sort of happiness which he has been driving us into. This happiness is the happiness that ever lasts. It doesn't die off. It doesn't perish. The everlasting happiness, as it is said in the Bible, the peace that passeth all understanding. So that happiness which ever exists. In fact, Bhagavad Pada, in his works, he has driven home one point, that is, mainly that this very source of happiness is not outside anywhere, but within our own selves. The very fountainhead, the very source of this joy, or the internal peace, the everlasting peace is, you don't have to look for it outside anywhere, but it is right within ourselves. Only thing is, we have to unveil it, we have to open it. That anavarana prakriya is that he has been trying to get us do. So, atmajnana vihina mudhaha, one who doesn't know oneself, actually he is a mudha, and each one of us, including me, is in his words, we are all mudhas because we are vyamohidas. We are deluded by the world of pleasures, the world of objects. We think that the source is really outside. The source of happiness is outside us. While the truth, the absolute truth is that it's not outside, it is within ourselves. And it is that very source that we have to discover and rediscover. So, Shamkaranam is that, what makes us eternally happy is that happiness he has been, taking us to. And not one or two, millions and millions of people are following him today, because all other philosophies have, they have not been able to show the real path. For some time it's okay, but the eternal rest, the eternal peace, the eternal happiness, the everlasting joy, only one can discover within oneself. This is the great knowledge which is in the Upanishad. It is not that it is he created it, no. It is very much in the Upanishad, but he unraveled it. He explored it, and he helps us even today to explore this great truth. And this is where Shankara Bhagavatpada's greatness, that he makes each one of us God. When we see Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha, you are God, or you are the truth itself, you are nothing else, nothing short of that. That greatness in each one of us, he is making us rediscover. So Shankara Bhagavatpada's greatness, see, there is no words enough to describe him. Now, what we ought to do today is, that is what SIF is doing, our Swamijis, they are all doing is what Puja Gurudev has shown us. And Puja Gurudev has, what he has been doing for 4 decades. And he has left a great legacy to us. It is carrying on this mission of spreading happiness, Shankaranam, spreading happiness, that not object-based happiness, but that happiness that is the source of which is within ourselves. So today, after centuries, it is not that 8th century he was born, but the fact is he must have been on this earth somewhere in BC, not AD. That's what the track record of pontiffs, the mutts, Shankara mutts, they say that he never belonged to, he was not of AD, but he belonged to BC only. Although the historians, they fixed the date in 8th century and all that. But traditionally, he is believed to be, from the track records of the mutts, he belonged to BC and not AD. Okay, that is beside the point. But now, for us to carry on this mission, which SIF has been doing, many other institutions have been doing, following Shankara's paths, this spreading happiness through giving self-knowledge, lending self-knowledge to each and everyone who asks for it, who deserve it. And Pujya Gurudev, from his open universities, that is Yajnashalas, he used to call it open universities. He used to give out this knowledge to each and everyone present and who are ready to take it. And today we are celebrating the Shankara Jayanti, and which is a most auspicious time, and that is in his ancestral home here, where he actually took avatar on this very sacred land. We are really lucky to be here on this auspicious moment. And, next year, I would like to share with you some information. Pujya Surupanandaji has made some announcement. That is, next year, that is 2024, is the 108th Jayanti of Pujya Gurudev, Swami Chinmayanandaji. And then that is 8th May. And 12th May will be the next year's Shankara Jayanti. So, the Chinmaya Mission Kerala region, in association with the SIF and all Chinmaya family organizations, we are planning a mega event that is this 8 to 12th, there will be the finale, 8th May or 8th May to 12th May. And in the run-up period, maybe 2-3 months prior to that, or even still before that, we are planning a Ratha Yatra to create an awareness about Bhagavan Shankaracharya and also about Pujya Gurudev. Awareness is there, but still, in everyone, not only Hindus, in everyone, in every Indian, there should be an awareness, or there should be an awareness of what Shankara Bhagavatpada's contribution is and what Pujya Gurudev's contribution has been. And that is one and the same. There is no difference whatsoever. It is all, as we mentioned earlier, it is the unraveling of oneself. This diffusion of knowledge, dissemination of this knowledge. This is what the great men did it, Pujya Gurudev and Shankara Bhagavatpada. So, to create a wider awareness, we are planning this program next year, which will be the beginning, maybe made very shortly, maybe next month or so, we are planning. But it will go on, and Ratha Yatra, taking the Ratha chariots, sometimes it may start one from Trivandrum, another from Kasaragod, and in every 14 districts of Kerala is expected to be covered by this Ratha Yatra. I wanted to share this information also with you on this occasion. Let me convey my heartiest greetings on this occasion of Shankara Bhagavatpada's Jayanti, and I invoke the grace and blessings of Shankara Bhagavatpada on all of you, all of us, including me. We want his blessings and Pujya Gurudev's blessings also. Hari Om.
Thank you, Swamiji. We would like to now felicitate our chief guest today, Professor V. Ramakrishna Bhatt. And I would like to request Pujya Swami Viviktanandji to offer the felicitations. Professor V. Ramakrishna Bhatt is a professor of Vedanta and a former dean in the Department of Vedanta from Sri Shankara University of Sanskrit, Kaladi. He's a great scholar of Sanskrit and Vedanta, and he was a former professor in Kanchi and Benares Hindu universities. He has written many books and articles. He's also got the Rashtrapati Puraskar Award, and now he's a visiting faculty at the Shankara University, Kaladi, and a director of Shastra Samvardhini Center in Kaladi. I would like to request Professor Ramakrishna Bhatt to give his message on this occasion.
करारविन्देन पदारविन्दं मुखारविन्दे विनिवेशयन्तं वटस्य पत्रस्य पुटे शयानं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। अद्य शंकर जयंती पर्वदिनं पुण्यदिनं शुभदिनं तेषां भगवत्पादानां जयन्त्युत्सव संदर्भे अत्र वेदिकायां विराजमानाः श्री श्री पूज्याः विविक्तानंद स्वामीचरणाः एवं श्री श्री पूज्याः अद्वयानंद स्वामी चरणाः अपि च अत्र संस्थाः तिस्रः सन्ति इति तासु अन्यतमः अत्र चिन्मय संस्कृतविश्वविद्यालयः वर्तते। तस्य कुलपतिमहाभागाः प्रोफेसर अजय कपूर साहेब एवं अस्यैव चिन्मय विश्वविद्यालयस्य कुलपतिचराः प्रोफेसर गौरी माहुलकर महाशयाः एवं अस्य शोध संस्थानस्य निर्देशकाः आचार्याः डॉक्टर सुदर्शन महाभागाः स्वामी स्वरूपानंद स्वामिनः नागता इति मन्ये अस्तु नाम अपि च ये अत्र श्रद्धालवः छात्राः अध्यापकाः सर्वेभ्यः समानतन्त्रेण प्रणामान् निवेदयामि। नमो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं भगवत्पादाः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानि विदुषां लोचनत्रयमित्यस्ति। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानि विदुषां लोचनत्रयम्। तर्हि विदुषां लोचनं शंकरभगवत्पादाः। अर्थात् श्रुतिरपि प्रमाणं स्मृतिरपि प्रमाणं पुराणान्यपि प्रमाणं तेषां त्रयाणाम् आलयात्मकः यः भगवत्पादः सुतरां प्रमाणानां प्रमाणं प्रमाणस्यापि प्रमाणभूताः भगवत्पादाः इति वक्तुं तत्र ईषदपि अतिशयः नास्ति इति मम मति। तथैव आलयः इति तथा भूताः साक्षात् शंकर भगवतः अवतारस्वरूपाः शंकर भगवत्पादाः एते तत्र विषयः अस्ति किं सोसैटी नाम आधुनिक सामाजिक जनानाम् अद्वैत शांकर वेदान्तस्य अथवा वेदान्तस्य उपादेयता अस्ति वा न वा उपादेयत्वं किमिति तत्र टापिक् अस्ति। तत्र मम मतिः अहम् आलोचयामि एवं किमिति चेत् भगवत्पादानां यस् सिद्धान्तः अथवा यत् तत्त्वं ते प्रकाशयन्ति तत् तत्त्वस्य ज्ञानार्थं सर्वे प्रायशः अधिकारिणः सर्वे प्रायशः लोके कश्चन भ्रमः वर्तते, वेदान्तशास्त्रं नाम सन्यासिना अथवा वार्धक्यकाले वेदान्तशास्त्रं वार्धक्यकाले श्रवणीयं शास्त्रं भवति इति कश्चन भ्रमः लोके वर्तते, अधुनापि वर्तते। किमस्ति तत्र? जगन्मिथ्या प्रत्यक्षं वर्तते, तथापि वेदान्तम् एवम् उपदिशति, वेदान्तः एवम् उपदिशति, नाम जगन्मिथ्या जगन्मिथ्या इति सत्यं भवति वा? तस्मात् आधुनिकानां भ्रमः कथञ्चित् निवारणीयः एव। तथा नास्ति, यतोहि तेषां मिथ्याशब्दस्य कः अर्थः, किं निर्वचनं भवति? മിഥ്യ മിഥ്യ എന്താങ്കിലേ നുണ മാടുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സിൽ നുണ അല്ല, നുണ എന്നർത്ഥമല്ല മിഥ്യാശബ്ദത്തിൻ്റെ. മിഥ്യാശബ്ദസ്യ നാമ യഹ സമീചീനः अर्थः सः अर्थः अथवा तम् अर्थम् एते न जानन्ति। एतेषाम् अधुना केवलं प्रभाषेण अथवा सेमिनार द्वारा अथवा अन्येन हेतुना सामान्यजनानां सामाजिकजनानाम् एतस्य बोधार्थम् एतावद् अलं न भवति। अतः एतेषां संस्कारः यथा भवेत्, यतोहि एते किं जानन्ति, एतावदेव जानन्ति, नाम इदं सर्वं दृश्यं सत्यमेव, शाश्वतमेव इदम्। अपि च इतः परं किमपि कर्तव्यं नास्ति। किं कर्तव्यम् अत्र इति चेत् धनान्यर्जयध्वं धनान्यर्जयध्वं तावदेव, तदतिरिक्तं किमपि नास्ति। सामाजिकाः एवमेव चिन्तयन्ति, अधुनापि चिन्तयन्ति। माम् एकस्यां सभायां मां कश्चन अवदत्, नाम अपृच्छत्, सर आप लोग वेदांत वेदांत कहते हैं, क्या है इसमें? यही तो है, जगत मिथ्या कहते हैं, ये आज जो खाते हैं पीते हैं तो मिथ्या है। इसको लेकर के हम लोग बच्चे पत्नी गृह इसको कैसे सुधार सकते हैं? एवं पृच्छन्ति ते। अर्थात वस्तुतः कः वेदान्तः इति तेषां ज्ञानं न, परन्तु ते प्रतिभाशालिनः। आधुनिकविद्यासु ते प्रतिभासम्पन्नाः, आधुनिकविद्यासु ते प्रतिभासम्पन्नाः। तथापि अस्माकम् इदं शास्त्रं किमस्ति, किं तत्र प्रतिपाद्यते, तस्य किं प्रयोजनं, कथं तस्य शास्त्रस्य अध्ययनं कर्तव्यम् इत्यादिकं किमपि न जानन्ति। तस्मादेव तथा प्रश्नः, हम लोग क्या करेंगे? मिथ्या मिथ्या करके वेदांत पढ़ कर हम लोग बाल बच्चों को कैसे पालेंगे? एवं पृच्छन्ति। तथा नास्ति गोत्या, यतोहि सन्यासिनामेव वेदान्तशास्त्राध्ययनम् अथवा वार्धक्येव वेदान्तशास्त्राध्ययनं, बालकस्यापि वेदान्ताध्ययनस्य अधिकारः वर्तते, बालकस्यापि। परन्तु किं कर्तव्यम् इति चेत् अस्माकं महाविद्यालयः अस्ति, विश्वविद्यालयः अस्ति, तत्र एतस्य अध्ययनस्य व्यवस्था करणीया, अध्ययनस्य व्यवस्था आवश्यकी। संस्कारः देयः। अधुना संस्कारः नास्ति, संस्कारः देयः। इति अधुना एतावदेव गृहे माता वदति, पिता प्रेरयति, धनान्यर्जयध्वं धनात्, एतदेव लक्ष्यम्। एतद् अतिरिक्तं किमपि नास्ति। यावद् धनार्जनं विद्या तावदेव। यदि BA कृत्वा अकस्मात् तस्य नाम उद्योगः लब्धः चेत् तदपि न पठति तावदेव अलं धनम् आयाति खलु MA कृत्वा अहम् अध्यापयामि चेत् अहम् इतः परं PhD मास्तु एतत् धनम् आगच्छति PhD किमर्थं केतुं शोधकार्यं तावदेव अर्थात् तावदेव धनं सम्पादनं यथा अथवा यया विद्यया धनसम्पादनं शक्यं सा विद्या अन्या कापि विद्या नास्ति वेदान्तशास्त्रेण आधुनिकाः मन्यन्ते अनेन वेदान्तशास्त्रेण अथवा वेदान्तशास्त्रं धनार्जनविद्या नास्ति इति तेषां मतिः अस्ति सा मतिः निरसनीया वर्तते तत् कार्यम् अस्माकं वर्तते तदैव सामाजिक सोसैटि मध्ये किमस्ति महत्त्वमत्र किमर्थम् एते सामाजिकाः एवं पृच्छन्ति एतत् सर्वं परिहरणीयमेव तथैव भगवत्पादाः अध्यासभाष्ये अन्ते एवं भाष्यम् अलिखन् वस्तुतः वयं सर्वे न केवलं सामाजिकाः वेदान्तविज्ञाः अपि अज्ञानिनः इदम् अज्ञानं नैसर्गिकम् इदम् अज्ञानम् अस्यैव अज्ञानस्य अध्यासः इति एकं नाम अस्ति अयमेव अध्यासः महा अनर्थकारकः वर्तते तस्मात् अस्य अनर्थहेतोः अस्य अज्ञानस्य अनर्थहेतोः प्रहाणाय न केवलं प्रहाणाय अपि च आत्मीकविद्या प्रतिपत्तये च तदेव मुख्यं प्रतिपत्तये च वेदान्ताः आरभ्यन्ते इति तेषां वचनं वेदान्तारम्भः वेदान्ताध्ययनं किमर्थमिति चेत् अज्ञानस्य प्रहाणाय संसारस्य जनकः यः नाम कारणीभूतः यः मिथ्याप्रत्ययः वर्तते अध्यासः तस्य सः अनर्थभूतः तस्य अज्ञानस्य मिथ्याप्रत्ययस्य नाशाय अपि च आत्मा एकत्व विद्या प्रतिपत्तये संस्कृतज्ञाः भवन्तु सामाजिकाः भवन्तु प्रायशः वयं सर्वे यत् चैतन्यम् अथवा यः जीवात्मा इति अङ्गीकुर्मः सः अथवा तच्चैतन्यं भिन्नं भिन्नम् इति मन्यन्ते उपनिषदः तत्र प्रतिपादयन्ति इदमेव तेषाम् अज्ञानम् यतोहि आत्मा चैतन्यं भिन्नं भिन्नम् इति नास्ति नाम मदीयं चैतन्यं स्वामिपादानां चैतन्यं कुलपतिमहोदयानां चैतन्यं भवतां सर्वेषां चैतन्यं भिन्नं भिन्नं पशुपक्षियादीनां चैतन्यं भिन्नं भिन्न आत्मा भिन्नं भिन्नं चैतन्यमिति वयं मन्यामः परन्तु तथा नास्ति उपनिषत् तत्र अस्मान् उपदिशति तथा नास्ति इदमेव अत्र भ्रमः अज्ञानं अज्ञानेन भिन्नत्वं पश्यन्ति एकस्मिन् चैतन्ये। एकस्मिन् चैतन्ये तत् कथं भवति? एकस्मिन् चैतन्ये वस्तुतः चैतन्यम् एकमेव। समयः अस्ति वा इति अहं न जानामि। समयः how many time? 2 minutes. Oh. तर्हि तद् इदमेव कष्टं। यतोहि यद् वक्तव्यं वस्तुगत्या वेदान्तशास्त्रं 10 निमेषाभ्यन्तरे किमस्ति इति वेदान्तशास्त्रे अवगाहनं न भवति। तर्हि ब्रह्म सर्वव्यापी ब्रह्मणः स्वरूपम् अवगाहनं 10 मिनिट्स् मध्ये न आगतं। कथं वा भवतु, एवं यदि आत्म एकत्वविद्या प्रतिपत्तये वेदान्ताः आरभ्यन्ते इति भगवत्पादाः स्वयं लिखन्ति, एवम् अस्मान् उपदिशन्ति, तत् कथं आत्मा अथवा चैतन्यं तत् परब्रह्मस्वरूपाः इति एतेषां ज्ञानम् अस्माकम् अस्माकमेव सामाजिका वयमेव सामाजिका खलु। अस्मदपेक्षया अन्यः कोऽपि सामाजिकः नास्ति। वयं न जानीमः। तस्मात् तदर्थम् आदौ एतेषां यथा बोधो भवेत्। केवलं मया यथा भाषणं कृतम्, अनेन भाषणेन तेषां बोधः न भवेत्। सामाजिकानाम् आत्मैकत्वज्ञानं न भवति, सत्यं वदामि। तथापि यथा सौकर्यं सामाजिकानां तथा ज्ञानं भवेत्, तथा अस्माभिः प्रयत्नः कर्तव्यः इति मे भाति। तदैव अस्य शास्त्रस्य किं महत्त्वं, भगवत्पादाः अस्माकं कृते किं 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 न कृतवन्तः, यत्साध्यम् अवसानपर्यन्तं यत्साध्यं तत्सर्वं कृतं तैः। किमर्थं चेत् कथञ्चित् मनुष्याणाम् आत्म एकत्व ज्ञानं भवतु, एतदर्थमेव तेषां प्रयत्नः। तर्हि किं भवति, एकत्वज्ञानेन किं प्रयोजनं किम् इति चेत्, अधुना भारते नास्ति, विश्वस्मिन् अशान्तिः, मतद्वेषः, सम्प्रदायद्वेषः, पार्टिद्वेषः, भयोत्पादकाः सन्ति खलु। नाम किं किं केन केन प्रकारेण न सन्ति इति वक्तुं न शक्यते। रागद्वेषादयः एव प्रतिदिनं वर्धन्ते। एतेषां रागद्वेषादीनां, मतद्वेषादीनाम् अथवा सम्प्रदायद्वेषादीनाम् एतेषां सर्वेषां ह्रासः अवश्यं भवति। यतोहि अहं मां कदापि तर्जयामि, अहं मां कदापि न तर्जयामि। तद्वत् यदि एकत्वज्ञानमस्ति चेत् कस्य उपरि द्वेषः, कस्य उपरि प्रीतिः, कस्य सम्प्रदायः मम इष्टः, कस्य सम्प्रदायः अनिष्टः इति नास्त्येव। एकत्वं तत्र। तर्हि सावधानेन संसारं चालयितुं शक्यते सामाजिकैः अस्माभिः। यथा मार्गमध्ये वेदान्तशास्त्रं ज्ञात्वा किं भवति इति, मार्गमध्ये कश्चन गर्तः वर्तते, ड्रैवर् चालयति वाहनं, तत्र तद्दृष्ट्वा सावधानेन चलति, अतः स्पीड् तथा वेगेन न चालयति ड्रैवर्। कुतः इति तत्र गर्तः वर्तते। तस्मात् वयमपि संसारात्मकः यः गर्तः, तं गर्तं दृष्ट्वा अहं संसारं तथा वयं तथा चालयामः चेत् अधुनापि संसारेण सह एकत्वज्ञानेन मोक्षप्राप्तिर्भविष्यति इति न वदामि, परन्तु ब्रह्मज्ञानं भवत्येव। ब्रह्मज्ञानं भविष्यति, ब्रह्मसाक्षात्कारः न भविष्यति। यावत्पर्यन्तं ब्रह्मसाक्षात्कारः नास्ति तावत्पर्यन्तं मोक्षः नास्ति। ब्रह्मज्ञानम् अस्ति चेत् अवश्यम् इमे ये दोषाः सन्ति रागद्वेषादयः एतान् दोषान् विहन्तुं शक्यते ब्रह्मज्ञानेन, तद् साक्षात्कारेण। यतोहि बहु वक्तव्यमस्ति, अतः पुण्यदिनेऽस्मिन् शङ्करभगवत्पादानां नाम किञ्चित् स्मरणम्, अनेन स्मरणेन तदा खलु एता वाङ्मयी पूजा, यन्तु स्मरणात्मिका वाङ्मयी पूजा, अनया पूजया शङ्करः प्रीयताम् इति उक्त्वा सर्वेभ्यः धन्यवादेन सह नमः नमः इति पुनः पुनः उक्त्वा विरमामि। अवसरः नास्ति, यतोहि बहु वक्तव्यमस्ति अत्र। एतावता इदं तु केवलं नाम प्रोसीजर् एव, किमपि शङ्करजयन्तीनिमित्तं किमपि कश्चन एवं मत्सदृशः पण्डितः इति न वदामि, मत्सदृशः आगच्छति, 10 निमेषः किमपि वदति, एतावता शङ्करभगवत्पादाः सन्तुष्टाः भवन्ति वा अहं न जानामि, परन्तु वयं सन्तुष्टाः। किमपि चेत् शङ्करजयन्तीदिने शङ्करस्मरणं कृतम् एतदर्थं। धन्यवादः।
Thank you, Professor Bhatt. I would like to now call upon Pujya Swami Advayananji for his message. Before that, just a few words about Swamiji. Swamiji is the president of the Chinmaya International Foundation here. He's a great scholar and teacher of Vedanta. He has served as the Acharya of the 15th Vedanta course and also the recent one-year Vedanta course that finished last year. He has written a number of books, he has authored a number of books, and he has overseen and co-redacted the publication of the 2-volume Brahma Sutra Chatushri Shankara Bhashyam, a profound and student-friendly English translation of Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya's commentary on the Brahma Sutra, which is extensive in its footnotes and with a lot of commentaries, sub-commentaries. So with that, I would like to welcome Pujya Swami Advayananji to give his message.
Hari Om. Can you all say a Hari Om? Can we all sit a little erect? Yes. All of you are looking at me? Yes. I'm also looking at you. Who is this person about whom we are all sitting and talking? Adi Shankaracharya, Shankaracharya. Well, we all have heard his name, but truly speaking, he is a youth icon. Somebody, youth icon? All old people are talking about it. Let me just, in a short verse, tell you his whole life. Okay? In one verse, his entire life. After this, I will ask you this verse. Ashtame Chaturo Vedah. Can you tell me after me? Ashtame Chaturo Vedah. What does it mean, anyone? Ashtame. Ashtame means 8. Chaturo Vedah. All the 4 Vedas. Do you know anything of the Veda? Anything, any sukta, something you know? Swamiji, all very, very difficult, all Sanskrit, everything. Ashtame Chaturo Veda. He finished all the 4 Vedas study. Dvadashe Sarva Shastravit. Dvadasha is what? Dvadasha is 12. Dvadashe Sarva Shastravid. All branches of knowledge he mastered. Vedas are the basis. He memorized the entire Vedas by 8 and by Dvadasha. Dasha is 10. Dvadasha is 12. Dvadashe Sarva Shastravid. All branches of knowledge. Swamiji, all branches of knowledge means spiritual? You mean spiritual? No. Angani Veda, Shatvaro, Purano, Nyaya Vistaraha, Mimamsa, Dharma Shastrancha, Vidya Heta, Shaturdasha. All the 14 branches of knowledge, including the other 4 which combines into it and to make the Ashtadasha. Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda, Stapat, meaning every possible knowledge at the age of 12. Now we are all studying some courses, right? Now, I don't think at the age of 12 anyone is here as far as I can see in front. But at the age of 12, he mastered all branches of knowledge. Now there are some people who are very good in learning. Usually you will find also some prodigies at the age of 14, he is studying, he has gone into college, he has finished this. Sometimes the YouTube also, some small fellow comes and gives a mathematical lecture and we all say, wow. Now this is a person, not one branch of knowledge, all branch of knowledge he has mastered. Just think about the capacity of a human being. Can a human being, how many human beings can do this kind of thing? Rare of rare. One of the rarest child prodigies ever possible. There are some people who are good in learning and all those things, but what did they contribute to the world? Sitting and studying, mastering, some coffee, tea, drinking, and then again studying. That is a very different thing. What did he do? Did he do anything or was he a bookworm? There is some bookworm. Shodashe Kritavan Bhashyam. All the very, very difficult texts which people find difficult to comprehend. Even if they read, they don't understand. And even if they understand, the subtleties are not there. And even if they understand the subtleties, they do not know how to put it in their life. Here was this man. I can't say man also, here was this boy. Shodashe Kritavan Bhashyam. He gave elaborate, detailed, exemplary commentaries that even today, the best of the intellects of India and all over the world are trying to go into the depth. And you see, writing is a very difficult art. You can either write it something very easy and people will think it is easy. Or you can write something very, very, very complicated that only the rarest few can understand. But is there a way to combine simplicity and profundity together? Bhashyam Prasannam Gambhiram. Prasanna is very lucid. You read it, you understand. A child can go through it. Our great scholar here, he was quoting something on Adhyasa Bhashya. He said in Sanskrit, it's quite sad that we all can't understand the language. This is the language of our country. It was a lingua franca which united all of us. My mother tongue is Tamil. His mother tongue is probably Hindi. Other person's mother tongue is Bengali. No, in this country, how many languages are there? But if there is one language by which all people could speak together, regardless of their mother tongues, it was Sanskrit. He was speaking in Sanskrit. I don't think any one of us can speak with so fluently in Sanskrit, except for a few people here. A few people. First of all, should we all not give our gratitude to him? Because we don't even have an opportunity to listen to this language. rarely we come across people like him. He's such a master that he went to Kashi, studied for decades there. All the branches of, he was master in Advaita Vedanta and Nyaya. Nyaya is Indian logic, the master of that. We are very grateful that he is here. Now going back to Shankaracharya, what did he do at the age of 16? He wrote such detailed commentaries which are lucid and profound, amazing capacity of intellection. Albert Einstein said something beautifully. He said, if you cannot explain something in a manner that a 7-year, 8-year-old child can't understand, please understand you have not understood. Look at the statement. If a child can't understand what you say, then you have not understood. That is the amount of simplicity he brought. Example, this Adhyasa Bhashya, what he just quoted, that is said to be a commentary on all the various philosophies, both Indian, both Eastern and Western. One commentary he wrote, a short piece. It's not, probably if you take this, a page like this, and it can come, 14 size font, let us say, one page, and probably it will come up to here. Only this much. But what is it? It's a commentary on all philosophies. Can anybody do like that? And when did he write all those things, which we are even now studying, trying to find the depth of it, which we all understand, but want to go deeper because we see something very exemplary is there inside? At the age of 16. At the age of 16, what did we all do? And then what did he do after 16? 16 to the age of 32, he toured the length and breadth of this country. And our country is not the present broken India, the unbroken India, Akhanda Bharat, where Gandhara Desha, where Gandhari came from. Gandhari? Oh, Gandhari. Anybody knows Gandhari? The famous mother of the Kauravas. Gandhari. She came from there. That's what Gandhara Desha it is called. Because she came from there, she's called Gandhari. And Shakuni was called what? Gandhar Naresh. He was a king of Gandhar. Well, starting from this Gandhara Desha, going up to Airavata Desha. Where is Airavata Desha? The river Airavati, Burma. Right? From Kashmir on top, up to Kanyakumari and down below Sri Lanka, that Akhanda Bharat. He toured the length and breadth of this glorious, great nation. Everywhere. And what was the age? 16 to 32. Now people go here and there, and then they'd have the camera, and then they would they record everything and put on YouTube, and we all watch it. Where is he from? He is talking from Turkey, and then all you see, what did he eat? And one fellow is sitting and eating all kinds of dishes. We watch all those things. This was a youngster who traveled the length and breadth of the country. And what did he do traveling the length and breadth of the country, not eating all kinds of food possible everywhere? Yes, of course he ate wherever he went, whatever was there he ate. But what did he do? Because of which today, after so many millenniums, at least 2 millenniums, we're sitting and remembering him. He went everywhere, spoke to all people. Spoke to all people, Swamiji, but he came from Kerala, probably he knew what language. He knew the Sanskrit, in which everybody communicated. He conversed with them. He discussed with them. He shared his thoughts with them. He took their thoughts from them. And that way, a repository of knowledge that he was, toured the length and breadth of this country, shared the knowledge, and that is why even today we are able to remain and say that this is the Upanishad, this is Bhagavad Gita, this is Brahma Sutra, this is that Purana, this is that Itihasa, this is Ramayana, this is Mahabharata. None of us would be there but for this young boy. Because 16 to 32, what he did was, he went everywhere and shared the knowledge. That is why he is called as Jagat Guru. Because he went round the Jagat and he shared the knowledge. Somebody said that I am also Jagat Guru. You Jagat Guru? Jagat. Yes. Why? My Shishya. Hey Jagat, come here. So he is Jagat Guru. This is truly. But Swamiji traveled only India. No, how is he Jagat Guru? Go to any university, anywhere in the world. There will be some book what he has authored in that library, in that university. Either in Sanskrit or translated language. Anyone of us written anything like that where everywhere around the world people are studying? At the age of 32. Remember the verse? What was the verse? Ashtame chaturo veda, dvadashe sarva shastravit, shodashe kritavan bhashyam, dvatrimshe. What is the number you are getting it from that? Dvatrimshe. 23, 32. Munihi abhyagat. This great Muni, this great man of deep reflection, of deep thought. Mananat Munihi. One who reflects, one who thinks deeply, one who is a researcher, one who is a scientist, one is a person of enormous thought. He's a thought leader. Munihi Abhyagat. He completed his work, he completed his life, he finished his works, life duties. This is a person, and his name is Adi Shankara. He is called Adi Shankara not because his name was Adi Shankara. He is called Adi Shankara because even if any Shankaracharya, however great they be, the original Shankaracharya is he. Therefore, Adi Shankaracharya. And we are all blessed that he was born in this birth home. Do you all go to the birth room today? Do you all go? Is there anybody here who has not gone to the illam? If you have gone also before, today also you go. Go there. The very birth room where he was born, sit quietly there. Take deep inspiration from his life. See what is it that you can do in your life. There's no point thinking Shankaracharya is great. So what? Let him be great. How does it matter? It matters because you can understand what he said because those are available even now. Take inspiration from that. And see what best you can do in your life. Lives of great men, they stay not just as histories, but they stay for our inspiration. The paths that they have taken may be paths which were very difficult, but it tells that you also can do that. That each one of us, really in our hearts, feel the depth of this great land. Understand the potential that we have and bring out the best. Don't just be a best version of yourself. Be the best you can ever imagine. Don't ever think that you can't do something because you are limited. No. All these stories, all these histories show that you can also do and be the best. Okay? This is the offering we offer to our great people. There, if you go to the birth room of Shankaracharya, you will find a marble plaque in which Pujya Gurudev has written. A beautiful statement. Read that. He says, in whom the Upanishads found its fittest spiritual general. In whom the Upanishads found its fittest spiritual general. That was Shankaracharya. Think what you can be. That is your contribution to this great land. That will be your contribution to Bhagavan Shankaracharya. Yes, we have these kind of programs to remember such great people so that we too can walk their paths and not just become great, okay, but becoming truly good, which we benefit the world, we serve the society, and truly make ourselves fulfilled. Boliye Shankaracharya Bhagavan ki jai. Why do we say Bhagavan? There's a great Tirukural which says, Vayattul Valvangu Vazhavavan Vanuriyum Deivuttul Vaikappadum. A person who walks such a life, he will be considered among the gods. Each one of us have the capacity to become that. That is what Advaita says. We are all potentially divine, and divinity has no end. Wish you all the best. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Swamiji, for that message of Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya and as to why we have to have him as our absolute role model and to strive towards moving forward to seeing what he has taught us. With that, I would like to now welcome our next speaker. Our next speaker is none other than our own Vice Chancellor of Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth. Professor Ajay Kapoor is a highly accomplished academician with degrees from IIT BHU, Cambridge University, IIT BHU and Cambridge University. He has authored many papers, 325 papers at least, reports, and is continuously publishing even now. And he has published many books, patents. He has held senior appointments at Newcastle University, Sheffield, as well as Leicester University in UK, and of course, the Swinburne University of Australia. He has been the Vice Chancellor of this university since 2021, and the time that he is, in the short time, he has been relentlessly pursuing a growth phase for our university. We already have another campus in Wadiyam, and we are now introducing more and more new programs and bringing this university to more students in this universe, I would say. So with that, I would like to welcome Professor Ajay Kapoor.
Thank you, Sunita ji. And what an opportunity to come here today and listen to Swami Vivekananda ji, and of course, Gauri ji before that, and then Swami ji, our own Swami Advayananda ji, and Ramakrishna Bhatti ji. I mean, sort of an eye-opener. I read quite a lot, but I'm amazed that how much more is still to be learned, how much more is there which we all can pick up. So, as a Vice Chancellor, I'm always looking for what can I pick up and what can I transfer to my students and my faculty. So, with that, I'll give you some thoughts. Of course, they're not going to be ever capture what Adi Shankaracharya has done for us. So, couple of things here. Swami Advayananda ji told us about his life. What a great person, what a prodigy. 32 years of age, he has done all the work and he's gone. And in that 32 years, I like to pick up a few things and then give you the first part of that message. I'm sure most of you have read about it. So a couple of things stand out for me. He took his mother's permission to do all that. He must have been very clever, very bright, knew what he wanted to do, and totally confident that I'll be able to do that. But still, he said, I'll seek my mother's permission and then I'll embark upon that journey. Remember that. Remember that. Secondly, he studied. And he studied very well. That is the part that you all are doing here now. So whenever you are studying, study very well. And there is one more very famous story about him when he goes to north and has this very famous discourse, that dialogue. During that dialogue, he puts strongly his views, Mandan Mishra, and the other one puts his views, and ultimately Adi Shankaracharya's views prevail. But Mandan Mishra's wife says that no, no, no. Before you say that you have won, you have to answer my questions as well. Adi Shankaracharya did not marry. So she asks some questions that only a married person will know. So he says, Devi, give me some time, I'll come back and answer that. What does that tell you or tell me? Lifelong learning. Swadhyay. So never think that you would be able to understand and read about everything. You will certainly have times when all your studies will not be complete. You will have to come back, study something more, and then go back and address whatever is the problem that is at hand. So, in that life, couple of things till now: seeking parental approval, studying very hard, but continuing to study, never thinking enough. Now I have known it, now I have done it. You will have to. So keep that in mind. Now look at what he did. What would be India like, whether we say 1,000 years back or 2,000 years back? That's okay. It is roughly in that time. India, as the great nation, has given many things to the world. Thoughts are one, Sanatana. But then Jainism came out of Bharat only. Buddhism came out of Bharat only. We can have a discussion on what is the right thing or what is the wrong thing, or whatever. But these came. There was a time when Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya was going round. Bharat was mostly Buddhist, mostly Jainis. Single-handedly, without anything, in those days when mobiles were not there, to talk to somebody, hey, I'll reach there tomorrow morning. Traveled, went there, discussed it. So that is another thing to remember. And that when you have a very firm belief, you can convince the world by just your brain. I know in today's world, might becomes right. We have been seeing it for about 1,000 years. Might is right. But just this much can be sufficient. So that's another part of lesson for all of us, that if we can understand what others' thoughts are, we can analyze what our thoughts are, we can find out what the real truth is, we can, with that conviction, go out and convince the whole world. That's another part for all of us, certainly my students, to remember and work upon. Another thing, in those days, he set up 4 famous mathas. So it is not sufficient to only know things. If you want to make an impact, you have to do something. How do you do something? How do you ensure that that thing happens and actually lasts a long time? If you consider 2,000 years, Bharat has gone through an upheaval, incredible amount of change, incredible amount of foreign invasion, incredible amount of looting, ruling over us, changing our way of thinking. But if you think of 4 mathas, the way they were set up, the kind of very simple concepts that went into them. That you have a matha there, people who are there are coming from another part of India. Do you know that? So many times people from Kerala will be going to north, and likewise. 2 reasons for that. If somebody comes and attacks this, at least one part of Bharata is saving that knowledge, and that will keep on going there. Secondly, integration We are struggling with that integration or disintegration now within India. But that large Bharata has been shrinking and in the danger of shrinking even more. Look at that. Great prodigy, great person who could think of all that and say, hey, how do I set this up? And he did not have incredible amount of money like Bill Gates and others to put into it. Just by that very simple thinking, he could do that. These mathas are still continuing, despite thousands of years of very savage ruling over us and attempts to wipe out our own culture. Okay? So remember that. So those are some of the lessons which you must remember. Now let me take one more point before I finish. The basic core is Advaita. It's saying we are all the same. We are all equal. That hides everything. You can deduce everything from that. If I can say that the same Paramatma which is in me is in this, I am happy to pray to this. I have my pen, I have my pencil, I am an academic, I am very happy to pray to it. So that is how you can easily explain how we have got millions of Bhagavans or gods and everything. People may poke fun at that, but the moment you tell them this very basic fact, very basic truth, and that is nowadays world is coming to that. If you look at the very, very latest scientific discoveries and work, they're saying that just a couple of particles, and even if you go below those, then you find that it may just be a little bit of knowledge of that consciousness which is driving whole of this infinite world. So it is coming to that. Other thing, if you know that, you would say that, okay, the same person has the same Paramatma. So I can't fight with them. Ahimsa follows. Very easy to see that logically coming out of it. And then, Bhagavan did not say that you can't argue. Oh, that is a Bhagavan, so whatever the Bhagavan says, I'll agree. No. He went around and argued with all those Bhagavans, said, no, 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 this thought is better than that. So you can still argue, but in a very ahimsa way, so that you are not fighting like some other cultures do. Okay? So that's another one. Look at biggest problems we are facing now. 8 billion people. Bharat is now the most populous nation in the world, not the largest as far as the land mass is concerned. How do we live? In fact, how does the world live? So, living with ecology. The moment you realize that I have to live with them, you will not chop trees off, you will not destroy the land, you will not pollute the earth. It all follows. So, with that, I'll leave you these lessons, seeking parental or elders' permission. As a student, studying very, very hard, but remaining open for studies all your life. Having great conviction in what you are doing, and then going out and doing it in such a way that lasts 2,000 years and more, transforms the society, gets back our Sanatana into Bharat, changes the fabric of the country, looking at integrating the country even in those days, okay? And then realizing the very basic fundamental truth about his teaching, we are all one. The moment you realize that, you'll be one, not only one within Bharata, one within the whole earth also, that whole Vasudeva Kutumbakam. So with that, I'll stop. Hari Om.
Thank you, Professor Ajayji, for that message and connecting Bhagwan Adi Shankara's again life to what we as students can look forward and aspire for by the various incidents. Now, I would like to take a different turn. We do have 2 more speakers, but before that, I want to give an idea as to how we have been celebrating Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya's Bhagwan Adi Shankara Jayanti here. This celebration actually started almost a month and a half ago. Brahmachari Sudhir ji came to us and said, let's do something together. And how are we going to do this? What are the things that we can do where our students can get inspired by the message of Bhagwan Adi Shankara. So we chose literally two events which can help us spread the message. Number one was an elocution competition. So we did this in such a way that both the campuses can be involved and all of us can work together on this. So this was conducted offline, and Gayatri ji took a big part in this, organizing, making sure the students were involved, and there were many incidents, many different events that happened along with this. So this elocution competition was just conducted offline. Students were given an opportunity to look at 4 different topics. The topics were an incident in the life of Adi Shankaracharya, works of Adi Shankaracharya, Sri Adi Shankara as a national integrator, Sri Adi Shankara as a youth icon. And the students could choose the language in which they wanted to speak in. It was English, Hindi, Malayalam, and Sanskrit. And our students did do that. They did actually choose the language and they participated in this language. There were about 20 students who participated, and we want to thank even Swati Kannan and Steve Romy and Rupal Shukla for coordinating this entire event. And they were very ably judged by our faculty members, Sandhya Shankar ji, and then we had Pradeep Kumar ji, and we had Sudarshan Chiplunkar and Vishaka Venkat ji. So this was really a wonderful way for all of us to listen to the glories of Shankaracharya during all this, during the elocution competition, which was held on the 19th. So I'm going to announce the winners of the competition here, but we will wait for a short while before we give the prizes. I want to essentially let everyone know about what we did as part of Shankara Jayanti. The winners are Rupal Shukla, who got the first prize in Velinad, who's an integrated master's Vedanta student. The first prize in Varyam Road was Swastika Suresh, an MSc psychology student. Second prize was Ashwati Asha, who actually did the talk in Malayalam, who's a BSc B.Ed math student from Velinad. Second prize from Varyam was Suprita Dattatri, a BSc psychology student. Third prize was Sharanya N, MA Sanskrit from Velinad. And from Varyam Road, it was Kartika Puduval. So this is about the elocution competition. In addition, of course, a month and a half, we already started with the students, all of them, we wanted to make sure that they have learned Totakashtakam, and which is why we had all the students chant Totakashtakam here. The second event that was conducted was a quiz competition, and this was an online competition. And the questions were made on Google form, the link was shared, and this was sent literally all over the country. This Brahmacharni Tarni ji and Brahmachari Ved ji and our student Anjali Dwivedi, they helped along with, of course, Zikshita also, chose the right questions here, made a Google form, sent a lot of hard work, really got into this. But within a span of just 7 days, we received about 1,172 responses. The only condition we had was we were going to give the prize for only 14 to 22 years, but everybody could participate in this event. And out of this, 10 participants got all our answers correct. Literally 30 out of 30 questions were answered correctly. And out of those 10, 7 participants belonged to the age group between 14 and 20. And all the 7 winners, of course, will receive the prizes through post. Yes, we didn't have any winner from our own CVV, but this is a motivation for next year for our students to have the prizes here. And the prizes were, the 7 winners are Moksha Jain from class 10, Samskriti Public School, Hyderabad, Telangana. Sandra Bennett from class 12, Chinmaya Vidyala, Kanamali, Kochi, Kerala. Vivan Tyagi from class 12, Venkateshwara School, New Delhi. Vaishnavi Nambiar, class 12, Chinmaya Vidyalaya, Talipparamba, Kannur, Kerala. Diksha Tyagi, class 12, St. Michael's High School, Patna, Bihar. Advait Pimplikar, class 11, Kets VG Ways College, Mulund, Mumbai. Diksha Pandey, Class 11, Vidya Bharati Chinmaya Vidyalaya, Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. Since we are live, we wanted to make sure that all the students' names are this, and we want to thank everyone who participated, and especially all the children who got the prizes. Very well done. We'll be sending out the certificates to each and every one of them through by soft copies. And now I would like to actually call the winners of the elocution competition to come on stage. And I would like Professor Ajayji to give the prizes for all of them. And I would like all the students to get the blessings from Puja Swami Viviktanandji, Swami Advayananji, Professor Ramakrishna Bhatt, and all the elders here. So, Gayatri, can you? Yeah. So first, I would like to invite Rupal Shukla, who got the first prize from Velinad. So Rupal Shukla, first prize winner, final year integrated master's student of Vedanta from Velinad. She spoke in Hindi. Yeah. The first prize from Variam Road is Swastika Suresh, who's our MSc psychology student. And I'm assuming you spoke in English, right? Okay. Our second prize winner, Ashwati Asha, who is a BSc B.Ed student in mathematics from Velinad, who spoke flawlessly in Malayalam. And today, as part of another event, which I will explain a little later, she spoke in English on Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya. Second prize winner, Suprita Dattatri, BSc Psychology from Variam Road. And while she's coming up stage, I'll also invite the third prize winner, Sharanya and Kartika, to come forward. She's also spoke in English, I think, Swamiji. Yes. Third prize winner, Sharanya N., our MA Sanskrit student from Velinad. I think Sharanya spoke in English, right? Or Sanskrit, Sharanya? English, okay. And third prize winner from Variam Road, Kartika Puduval, who I heard was a very dynamic speaker, BSc psychology student who spoke in English. Sanskritam. Who spoke? Dikshita spoke in Sanskritam, actually. So we had 20 speakers of that. So one of the things that we promised our elocution winners is that the first prize winners get to give their speeches in front of all of you, Swamiji. So I would like to now invite Rupal Shukla to give her speech. Her speech was on Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya, the young icon, right?
योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। हरिओम एवरीवन। आज शंकरा जयंती पर भगवान शंकर की भूमि पर मुझे आप सभी के समक्ष भगवान शंकराचार्य एज अ यूथ आइकॉन इस विषय में अपने विचार प्रस्तुत करने का अवसर मिल रहा है। मैं अपने आप को सौभाग्यशाली मानती हूँ। एक ऐसा व्यक्तित्व जिसने हम युवाओं को एक नई दिशा दे दी, एक ऐसा व्यक्तित्व जिन्होंने हमारे सामने नए आदर्श स्थापित कर दिए, जिनके जीवन को हमने देखा। स्वामी जी ने हमें बतलाया कि किस प्रकार एक श्लोक में हम कह सकते हैं, अष्टवर्षे चतुर्वेदी, द्वादशे सर्वशास्त्रवेद, षोडशे कृतवान भाष्यम, द्वात्रिंशे मुनिरभ्यगात। 8 वर्ष की अवस्था में जब हम अपने मित्रों के साथ क्रीड़ा करने में व्यस्त थे, उस समय उन्होंने तो 4 वेदों का अध्ययन कर लिया। 12 वर्ष की अवस्था में उन्होंने सभी शास्त्रों का अध्ययन कर लिया, हृदयस्थ कर लिया। 16 वर्ष की अवस्था में तो उन्होंने प्रस्थानत्रयी पर भाष्य लिख दिए। ऐसे भगवान शंकराचार्य आज हम युवाओं के लिए किस बात की सबसे अधिक आवश्यकता है, अगर इस पर हम विचार करते हैं तो हमें संज्ञान में आता है कि हमारे परिवार के लिए क्या कर्तव्य हैं, हमारे राष्ट्र के लिए क्या कर्तव्य हैं, हमारे संस्कृति के लिए हमारे क्या कर्तव्य हैं। और इन तीनों का सम्मिश्रण हमें देखने को मिलता है भगवान शंकराचार्य जी के जीवन में। किस प्रकार जब माता आद्यम्बा को उनकी आवश्यकता थी, उनके अंत समय में वो उनके पास उपस्थित थे, उन्होंने अपना परिवार धर्म निभाया। किस प्रकार प्रस्थानत्रयी पर भाष्य लिखकर उन्होंने अपना संस्कृति धर्म निभाया। किस प्रकार पद यात्रा केरल से आरंभ करके पूरे भारत का भ्रमण करके सभी को संगठित करके उन्होंने अपना राष्ट्र धर्म निभाया। उन्होंने अपने पूरे जीवन काल में पूरे भारत की 2 बार यात्रा की, पद यात्रा की, इतने लघु जीवन काल में। एक तरफ वो वेदांत का उपदेश करते हैं, दूसरी तरफ उनके स्तोत्रों में भक्ति का सागर लहराता हुआ हमें दिखता है। वह समय था जब राजवंश की परंपरा चली आ रही थी। किस प्रकार राजाओं को अपने प्रभाव में लेकर भारत को अकर्मण्यता के मार्ग पर आगे बढ़ाया गया। उस समय भगवान शंकराचार्य ने केरल से पदयात्रा आरंभ की। ऐसा कोई भारत का कोना नहीं जहां भगवान शंकराचार्य पहुंचे नहीं। एक एक कोने में जाकर किस प्रकार अपनी भारतीय संस्कृति से, सनातन संस्कृति से सभी को परिचित कराया, अपने वेदों के मार्ग पर सभी को वापस लाया, अपने भारत को संगठित किया, पुनः संगठित किया। वो जब स्तोत्र लिखना आरंभ करते हैं, उन्होंने हमें अपने देवों के लिए झगड़ना नहीं सिखाया। हम कोई भी देवता की उपासना करें तो हमें एक प्रमुख स्तोत्रों में से एक स्तोत्र भगवान शंकराचार्य जी द्वारा रचित मिलता है। उन्होंने जब षट्पदी स्तोत्र लिख रहे थे, उन्होंने कहा, सत्यपि भेदापगमे नाथ तवाहन्न मामकीनस्त्वं सामुद्रो हि तरंग क्वचन समुद्रो न तारंगः। जब वो यह बात कह रहे थे तब भगवान नारायण उनके समक्ष प्रकट होते हैं। उनसे पूछते हैं, हे अद्वैत के उपासक, आप अद्वैत के पुजारी हैं, मुझसे किस बात का निवेदन करते हैं। भगवान शंकराचार्य जी उनको उत्तर देते हैं, मैं यह बात जानता हूं कि तत्वतः हम में कोई भेद नहीं, फिर भी मैं नर हूं, आप नारायण हैं। मैं अल्पज्ञत्वादि विशिष्ट चैतन्य हूं, आप सर्वज्ञत्वादि विशिष्ट चैतन्य हैं। आप मुझसे श्रेष्ठ हैं, मैं इस बात से अपरिचित नहीं। इस बात को भगवान नारायण के समक्ष कहते हैं। कैसे अपने जीवन के साथ ही नहीं, जीवन के बाद भी उन्होंने षण्मठों की स्थापना की और 4 मठों की स्थापना कर दी। हम युवा आजकल बहुत लॉजिकल हो गए, तो सिर्फ श्रुति के आधार पर नहीं, हम ब्रह्मसूत्र का 3य पाद देखते हैं, 3य अध्याय देखते हैं, तो किस प्रकार तर्क के आधार पर सभी को उन्होंने परास्त किया है। हम आज मैनेजमेंट में भी बहुत आगे हैं। हम अपने युवाओं की बात करते हैं तो उन्होंने सिर्फ 4 मठों की स्थापना नहीं की, 4 मठों की स्थापना करने के बाद पीठामनाय, मठामनाय ऐसे मैनेजमेंट के ग्रंथ लिख दिए। मैनेजमेंट का उनसे बड़ा जानकार कौन है। और आज ऐसा कोई महात्मा नहीं जिनका इतने अधिक आचार्यों ने उनके पदचिन्हों का अनुसरण किया हो, चाहे वो वाचस्पति मिश्र हो, चाहे वो आनंदगिरी महाराज, सभी ने भगवान शंकराचार्य जी के पदचिन्हों का अनुसरण किया है। आज जब हम सभी को प्रेम को, सामंजस्य को, विश्व बंधुत्व को एक बार फिर से शिखर पर लाना है, तो हमारे लिए एकमात्र शरण है, वो है एकात्मकता। वो एकात्मकता हमें मिलती है अद्वैत दर्शन से। वो अद्वैत दर्शन, उसके प्रणेता हमारे भगवान शंकराचार्य। उन्होंने हम युवाओं को संदेश दिया कि हमारे हाथों में, हमारे पास है भारत का भविष्य, हमको उसको किस दिशा में ले जाना ये हमें तय करना है। उन्होंने जाते जाते भी हमें एक मैसेज दे दिया, एक संदेश दे दिया, लाइफ इज नेवर मेजर्ड बाय इट्स लेंथ बट इट्स डेप्थ। हम कितनी गहराई से अपना जीवन जीते हैं, हम कितने अपने परिवार के लिए परिवार धर्म का कैसे निर्वहन करते हैं, हम अपने राष्ट्र धर्म का कैसे निर्वहन करते हैं, हम अपनी संस्कृति धर्म का कैसे निर्वहन करते हैं, यह आदर्श उन्होंने हमारे सामने रखे हैं। आज भगवान शंकराचार्य जी की जयंती पर अपने वाक पुष्पों से उनकी अर्चना करने का मुझे अवसर मिला। मैं बहुत बहुत अपने को भाग्यशाली मानती हूँ। भगवान शंकराचार्यम सर्वान् गुरूंश्च प्रणम्य अत्रैव विरमामि। धन्यवादः।
Thank you, Rupal. I would like to now invite Swastika. Her talk was on the topic of Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya, an incident in his life.
Hari Om. My humble pranams to all the Swamijis present here, the chief guests and guests of the day, all the teachers and professors, and all my dear CVVians. I would like to thank our Dean, Dr. Sunita Grandhi ma'am, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak on this auspicious day. And like she mentioned, I'll be speaking about a very small incident from Adi Shankaracharya's life. Adi Shankaracharya, as we have established, and as Sadhguru calls him, is an intellectual giant, a genius of linguistics, and the spiritual light and pride of India. If we read his life, we get to know that he has written various commentaries on the different Indian scriptures, and he has also composed beautiful hymns on the Lord himself. We also see that he was assisted by innumerable disciples, and out of them, 4 were primary disciples. They were Hastamalaka, Padmapada, Sureshwaracharya, and Totakacharya. In chapter 4 of Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. It can be loosely translated to understand and know the meaning of the truth, one must surrender, one must question, and one must do service. These 4 verbs that I mentioned, each of them can be attributed to a disciple of Adi Shankaracharya. For example, to know can be attributed to Hastamalaka because he was a born genius. To surrender can be attributed to Padmapada because he surrendered himself to his guru, because of which he was able to walk on water. To question can be attributed to Sureshwaracharya, and finally, to do service can be attributed to Totakacharya, and I'll be speaking about his incident. Totakacharya's Purvashrama name was Giri, and he was a poor, small Brahmin boy who met his guru near Sringeri with no formal education. Because of his lack of education, he would do the menial jobs in the ashram. He would clean the floor, he would mop the floor, he would wash his guru's clothes, wash the utensils, and maintain the general cleanliness in the area. He was very happy doing this. He was doing selfless service to his guru, and he believed that he was not gifted with the greater intellectual ability to understand the meaning or even the importance of Vedanta. But every day after his daily ritual, he would go and stand at a corner and listen to his master speak about the Vedanta to his other disciples. He would not understand much, but he was extremely committed to his ritual, and he would do this every day. One fine evening, Adi Shankaracharya noticed that Giri was missing. He was still doing his work and he could not come and listen to the talk. Adi Shankaracharya was such a compassionate guru that he waited for Giri to come. When the other disciples were confused, why would Guru even wait for this boy who does not understand Vedanta? Adi Shankaracharya smiled and waited patiently for Giri to come. Giri was on the other side washing his guru's clothes, and he had this sudden moment of realization. He had this sudden urge to go and meet his guru. He wanted to go and fall at his feet, and immediately he dropped all his clothes and all the work that he was doing, ran to his guru and prostrated in front of him. The moment he got up, he was in this euphoric state that he immediately started reciting Sanskrit hymns and shlokas in praise of Adi Shankaracharya in a very difficult meter known as the Totaka meter. All the other disciples are extremely confused and bewildered. This boy, who could not speak a single sentence in Sanskrit, was composing very beautiful hymns on the Guru, but also in a very difficult meter. And that is exactly what we learned here in CVV as the Totakashtakam. They realized that this was only possible with the Guru's blessings. It would not have been possible in any other way. Adi Shankaracharya thoroughly blessed Giri, and he was initiated into sannyas later and was given the name of Totakacharya. From this beautiful incident, we learn about the importance of Shraddha, that is, having faith in one's Guru. No matter what you learn, what is your intellectual ability or the knowledge, none of that would be possible, or everything is futile if you do not believe your Guru, if you do not have Shraddha towards your Guru. Later on, Totakacharya was made the Acharya in the Jyotirmatha, that is in the northern part of India. And we learn the importance of service, like I mentioned before, that you must have a devoted mind and you must be ready to do any kind of service to your Guru. And that is when you will earn your Guru's blessings. With that, I conclude my speech. Thank you so much. Hari Om.
Thank you, Swastika. I would like to now invite our Dr. Sudarshan to give the vote of thanks. We are coming to almost the end of our program. Dr. Sudarshan is our director of the Chinmaya International Foundation Shrot Samsthan. He has studied BA, MA Sanskrit from here's Tripunithura Government Sanskrit College. He received his PhD from Sri Shankara University of Sanskrit, Kaladi. And he has also taught 12 years of Sanskrit teaching in the higher secondary Kerala government area, and 16 years as associate professor in the government Sanskrit college Tripunithura. So on 31st of March this year, he has joined as a director. He's also published a book in Jyotisha, which is Chitra Prashnaha, and he's published many articles in different journals and presented many papers. So please help me welcome Dr. Sudarshanan.
सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रीशङ्करजयन्तिदिने अस्मिन् कार्यक्रमे ये आगताः तेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः कृतज्ञतां व्याहर्तुमेव आगतोऽस्मि। प्रथमतया अध्यक्षभाषणं कृतेभ्यः श्री विविक्तानंद स्वामी पादेभ्यः कृतज्ञतां व्याहरामि। अनन्तरम् आशंसाभाषणं कृतेभ्यः स्वामी अद्वैतानन्द महाभागेभ्यः कृतज्ञतां व्याहरामि। श्रीशंकर स्वामिनः सिद्धान्तमधिकृत्य प्रभाषणं कृतेभ्यः कालडितः आगतेभ्यः वि रामकृष्णमहाभागेभ्यः कृतज्ञतां व्याहरामि। CVB BC अजय कपूरजी अत्र आगताः तेभ्यः कृतज्ञतां व्याहरामि। अन्ये छात्राः अध्यापकाः सज्जनाः च आगताः तेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः कृतज्ञतां व्याहृत्य विरमाम्यहम्। अत्र गौरीजी आगता ताभ्यः अपि कृतज्ञतां व्याहरामि।
I would like to now call upon Anirudh Sharma and Dikshita to do the pledge and the final closing prayers, Shanti Mantra.
We'll be doing the pledge first. I request everyone to rise. Take your right hand and keep it on your heart. I'll say and we can repeat. We stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. We serve as an army, courageous and disciplined, ever ready to fight against all low tendencies and false values within and without us. We live honestly, the noble life of sacrifice and service, producing more than what we consume and giving more than what we take. We seek the Lord's grace to keep us on the path of virtue, courage, and wisdom. May thy grace and blessings flow through us to the world around us. We believe that the service of our country is the service of the Lord of Lords, and devotion to the people is the devotion to the Supreme Self. We know our responsibilities. Give us the ability and courage to fulfill them. Om Tat Sat.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
So just one announcement, 2:30 we have the bike rally and this will be flagged off by Pujya Swami Vivekanandaji. 2:30. Is it possible for me? And also Professor Ajay ji. I think it is 2:30, right? 2:30? Yeah.